Would you believe me if I told you that these blocks of Jenga actually hold the key to why I'll never drink alcohol again? And how these simple wooden blocks made stopping drinking feel like the flick of a switch in my brain? Not only was this block of Jenga a turning point in my own journey, but I'm going to show you how it's going to make the process of stopping drinking simple, enjoyable and fast. And now I'm finally going to share these secrets with you today. So stick around, because in this video, I'm going to be explaining the main mistake almost everybody makes when it comes to stopping drinking. And then, as promised, I'll show you how this Jenga block changed everything in my relationship with alcohol. Firstly, why should you listen to me? I'm Leon Sylvester, founder of SoberClear.com. And over the past 5 years, I've completely transformed my life after a decade of struggling with alcohol. I've now helped over 350 clients, including top professionals from NASA and Google, do the same, all by using a mental model called first principles thinking. So to first tell you about what the major mistake is, we need to go back in time. And listen, I absolutely hate telling this story, but I'll never forget the day I ghosted my mum and lost her Christmas present. It was Christmas Eve 2016, and I'd just woken up. I checked the time and it was 1 p.m. I thought to myself, why was it so late? Why was it the afternoon? I took this deep breath in through my mouth, and it almost hurt due to how dry my throat was. I desperately drank a glass of water and walked to the bathroom mirror. I stared at the mirror and bloodshot eyes looked straight back at me. I started trying to piece together what happened the night before. I remember a few glimpses. I remember ordering a drink at a bar. I remember seeing a friend, and literally that was it. I remember nothing else from the evening. I was thinking, what happened? How did I even get home that night? And I just remember feeling this emotion of being defeated. But I still had to start the day, so I grabbed a quick shower. I skipped food because I couldn't stomach it and quickly got dressed. I packed my suitcase, picked up my Christmas gifts and then left to the train station. See, I was travelling from my university in Oxford back to my family in Lancashire for Christmas. So I set off walking to the train station, and then a pounding headache hit. I started to feel this sense of anxiety, like everybody was looking at me. Then I started to feel nauseous. I remember my mum calling. I pulled out my phone and quickly pressed decline. I thought I should probably have a quick sleep on the train before speaking with my family. I just felt too ashamed. So I got on the train, and a few hours later I arrived in Lancashire. I picked up my suitcase, I picked up my bag of Christmas gifts and then stepped off the train. The train left and I looked down at the floor and realized something was missing. I started frantically looking around, getting angrier and angrier. I looked in my suitcase, pulled things out, put my clothes on the floor. Where is it? I just couldn't find it. And in that moment, I just wanted the ground to swallow me up. I realized I had left my mum's Christmas gift back at the train station in Oxford. $100 of L'Occitane creams gone forever. The sad thing was that I was too hungover to even notice it wasn't there until I got to Lancashire. And I remember this anger building up, and then the anger turned into shame and then guilt. You're a joke of a man, I thought to myself. I'd never felt so embarrassed. My mum then picked me up from the train station, and in the car, I kept my mouth firmly shut. If I told her what had happened last night and what just happened at the train station, I knew exactly what she'd say. She'd look at me with this intense disappointment, probably even disgust, and God forbid, she'd probably encourage me to go back to AA meetings. And there was no way in hell that I was going back to 12-step meetings. So I kept quiet. I got back to my parents' house, laid on my bed, and I just wanted to cry. I thought to myself, how the hell are you ever going to fix this? Now, the good news is I completely fixed this situation with my mum. It cost me tens of thousands of dollars, and I'll explain how I did it at the very end of the video. In hindsight, I was mad at myself about that Christmas present. I was angry. But these kind of things, they were blessings in disguise. If bad things like this didn't happen in my life, it would never have created the pain that was necessary for me to at least start moving in the right direction. See, after something like this, I'd managed to quit. But these kind of events, they would never be enough to make me last forever. I'd stop for a period of time, maybe a few weeks or months, and then always go back to the drink. And I could never figure out why this kept happening. And this is the first major mistake that people make when they stop drinking. All they do is use the pain that alcohol caused them to get them moving in the right direction. And this is why people only last for a few weeks or maybe a few months. And this is totally overlooked by almost everyone. And listen, can you relate to what I'm saying? Have you also tried using pain to stop drinking only to last a few weeks? If that's you, please let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong by using pain, but the success success rate of using pain and ultimately your own strength and willpower is incredibly low. These kind of scenarios can be helpful, but they're never enough to last long term. The answer really lies in this Jenga block. See, all my past attempts to stop drinking alcohol involved using pain, and it's when I tried to do something totally different that everything in my life changed. And I am sure that if you apply what I'm about to show you, it will change your entire life as well. And the best way to describe it is through this block of Jenga. So just for a second, imagine life as a game of Jenga, where each block represents an aspect of your life. Health, relationships, career, personal well-being, and so on. The goal is to build a stable and high tower, symbolizing a fulfilling and balanced life. For someone who drinks, their Jenga tower might initially rise high, representing success in various life areas. However, the nature of drinking is like removing crucial blocks from the base to add to the top. Just like me losing my mum's Christmas present. That was another block removed from my tower, further destabilizing it. It creates a precarious balance. With each drink, they risk destabilizing their life, and eventually it might all come crashing down. Have you ever felt like this? Have you ever felt like your life was teetering on the edge? Now consider the life of somebody who chooses to not drink. They too are building a Jenga tower, but they have a significant advantage. See, sobriety is like having access to extra blocks on a more solid foundation. You're not removing essential pieces from the base to reach higher. Instead, a non-drinker's tower is more stable and can grow taller, representing a stronger, more balanced life. See, here's the thing, when you're not drinking alcohol, life is not just about avoiding the risk of collapse, it's about building something more substantial. Every single sober day adds a block to the tower, strengthening areas like health, relationships, and career. And unlike the drinker, life becomes about playing to win instead of playing just not to lose. Be real with yourself. Which life would you prefer? The fickle life that could easily collapse, or the life built on strong foundations? Because here's the thing, one thing I know for sure is that when you don't drink the life of your dreams, it is not just a possibility. The life of your dreams starts to become a reality. When you go all in on not drinking alcohol, it's like somebody hands you an entire block of Jenga to build your life with. You can start using those blocks to fill in the gaps of your current tower and then start building something epic. And you can simply think of each layer of Jenga blocks representing a different area of your life. I've personally worked with people in my coaching program that have gone on to build new companies, rebuild their marriages, drop 40 pounds. I'm not saying you need to join my coaching program, but these are the kind of incredible things that can happen in your life as well. These are all things that are 100% attainable to you. Now, if you do want more information on the coaching program, just go to soberclear.com or click the link in the description to book a free call with my team and we can see if it's a good match for you. See, on my own journey, the first few blocks that I put on my own tower were focused on health, then business and my career. And then the next blocks were focused on other people like my friends and my family. Remember the story I just told you about my mum's Christmas gift? Well, something incredible happened. One of my personal blocks on my tower was paying for my entire family, my mum included, to come to Thailand on vacation. She may have lost the L'Occitane creams, but by me being sober, I ended up giving her the trip of a lifetime. And in Thailand, I introduced my mum to exercise for the first time in her life. And ever since she left Thailand, I hired her a personal trainer and she's been exercising ever since. See, this is what I'm talking about. What a contrast. From losing Christmas gifts to setting an example and financially supporting my family to better their lives. And here's a picture of me, my girlfriend, and my mum and my brother visiting some elephants in Koh Samui. And listen, I'm not saying all of this to brag. I say all of this to show you the kind of life and amazing experiences that you can create for yourself and your family as well. When you don't drink alcohol, the goals that you have for your life all start to become real. So now, instead of thinking about the pain that alcohol caused you, you start thinking about the Jenga blocks of your own life and how you can start to build something amazing. So right now, grab a pen and paper and start writing and listing 10 things that you'd like to happen in your own life in the next 12 months if you stick on this path. And let us know in the comment section a few of those things.